It's been a while since I have vlogged anything. It's been a very long month with my husband's shoulder surgery, and then we all got sick and I still have a sore throat, and my son came home from school on Friday, which is the first time I've ever had to go pick him up in his nearly 3 years of school. So that happened. I've been reading a little bit. There's NaNoWriMo, so like did a little bit of updates that were intended to be a vlog through the past month, and I'm just gonna scratch them. We're doing the Fall into Fantasy vlog for the readathon that Penguin Teen is hosting, and that's what you're getting. I'm sorry for the past couple weeks not having vlogs up, but life is life, and the quality and mental health attitude in those videos was not up to standards for me, and I didn't want them on the channel. So right now I am reading Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, which covers like almost all of the challenges for Fall into Fantasy. I'm also reading An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, loving both of them so far. And then also I had put The Boneless Mercies as one of my challenges, but it only covered one challenge, and I think I'm going to change that to Sawkill Girls because I didn't realize Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand is a fantasy. I checked it on Goodreads and I'd started it like a week ago and then put it aside to finish Strange the Dreamer, which I buddy read with Kayla from On the Fritz. It's a fantasy, so I'm gonna do that instead of The Boneless Mercies because it makes sense to finish the book that I started, especially because, oh, I can't remember the Twitter handle right now, Monsters and something. I feel like such a dick, but anyway, I'll link that Instagram down below, but they do like a monthly, they're going to start doing a monthly read along, and Sawkill Girls is November, so that's why I picked it up in the first place, and now it fits both categories, that their read along and the Fall into Fantasy readathon. So that's my update. I don't have much more than that. I will get back to you guys soon. I'm gonna go try and write for Nano if my baby lets me. Other than that, I will see you guys later with an update. Bye! I've been absolutely terrible at vlogging this week. I just don't have a vlog in me. So my quick update is that I am 27% through An Ember in the Ashes. I'm enjoying it so far. It took me a little bit to get into it. Like maybe around the 15% mark, I really started to care about the characters. So I'm enjoying that. I'm excited to see where it's going. I keep thinking about it when I'm not reading it. I'm probably 40% through Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. It's taking me a while to get into it, shockingly. I loved Six of Crows, easy 5-star for me. I don't know if it's because I waited so long to get into Crooked Kingdom, like a couple months, but like I'm having a hard time caring about the characters a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I know it's gonna be good at the end, and I've seen that it's probably gonna be a heartbreaker, but I don't know why, and I'll find out. It's okay. And then thirdly, I'm reading Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. I think I mentioned that I put that in instead of The Boneless Mercies. I switched it because I didn't realize it was fantasy, and it's super fantasy. And I read a lot of it last night. I think I'm on page 160 something. It's creepy. It's pretty fucked up, actually. I had like rolling nightmares last night, and when I thought about it later in the day, like late morning, I realized that it was the last thing I did before bed was read a bunch of that book, like 100 pages. And I think it got in my head, and that's not something that happens to me. Like, you know, I read a lot of Stephen King. No horror is like a good genre for me, but this book is weird, and it's sticking in here. That's it for me right now. I still haven't finished my words for today's NaNoWriMo. Probably about 500 or 600 words short, so I'll get that in later, I'm sure. Good morning. It's day 4 of the readathon. I'm sick again. I sound like Phoebe and Friends about to sing Smelly Cat. I'm about 50% of the way through 3 different books: An Ember in the Ashes, Sawkill Girls, and Crooked Kingdom. And I started the audiobook of the first book of the Sweep series because both Chelsea and the Jaded Reader have been talking about it lately, and I wanted to throw in an audiobook because I'm getting stressed about not reading 4 books in a week. So that's what I found, and I was like, whatever, sure, let's do it. And I'm actually kind of intrigued by it. Definitely very YA, but I like it so far. I haven't really slept much. Today is my niece's birthday, and so we'll be there later. Other than that, I hope to get some reading done and some writing done. I've crested 40,000 words, so You girls doing all right? Feeling like shit though. See you later. Can you all guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? Ah. All right, so I caved. My husband and I talked about it. He's gonna read them too. So I went on Amazon and I found someone selling good condition, all 6 volumes, black edition. Got all the baby stuff in the background of Death Note. Oh my god. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm gonna destroy these. So it's Friday, Black Friday. I didn't want to go out today because it's gonna be insane, but I need coffee and creamer at the house, so I've got no choice. And I got a couple holds in at the library, one of which is Saga Volume 9, so I'm gonna read that and probably cry today. But also today starts the thing that my library does where if you have fines, you can give canned goods and get $1 taken off your fines. And I'm an asshole and have like $2.60. Sometimes when I renew online my library books that are due, it'll say that it went through, and then I'll look again like a few days later and realize that one of them had a hold and it didn't actually go through, and that pisses me off. Regardless, I'm cool with giving food to people in need, especially my favorites like chickpeas and black beans. So I'm gonna go in and do that. I have Obsidio on hold as well, which I'm excited for because I own the audiobooks. I'm gonna listen to it and read it eventually, probably in December. I make promises to myself I don't keep. I've done a really bad job at vlogging. Just, it's been a rough month basically, so sorry that there's nothing to say. The video is probably gonna be like 10 minutes long, whatever. I finished Saw Kill Girls last night, but I will talk about it later because I don't want to do that in the parking lot of the library, which is where I am. And you can see right there, the little buddy's asleep, so I need to get some stuff done, and that's about it. Hey guys, it's Saturday. I'm not sure if today's the last day of the Fall into Fantasy readathon or if tomorrow is. If tomorrow is, I should be good. If today is, then I'm not going to complete the challenges. However, let's get a quick update. I just finished listening to the audiobook of Sweep, the Book of Shadows, which is like the first in, I don't know how many, 14 mini books. I threw that onto my TBR at last minute. I don't know if it replaces anything. I just wanted a fantasy audiobook because I knew I wasn't going to get 4 books read if I didn't get an audiobook. So that happened. It was pretty good. It was interesting. I want to keep reading it. Overdrive doesn't have anything past the first book, so I'll see if my library has it when I feel like finishing or continuing on, I should say. I am 82% through Crooked Kingdom. Still not really caring about it. Have to force myself to read it. At this point it's a 3-star, and unless something really crazy happens in the next just under 100 pages I have left, it is not what Six of Crows was to me, so I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's because I've been sick or because I'm exhausted. I'm burning myself out pretty bad on this week, honestly, or just really November's been a really long month with NaNoWriMo, and I've been keeping up with my exercise goal of November, like closing all my watch ring. That's it. So I finished Saw Kill Girls, but I'll give a review on that like later. I don't really feel like doing it. I'm gonna try and put Christmas decorations up today. I'm gonna finish Six of Crows. I'm halfway through An Ember in the Ashes, and my throat still, you can hear my voices. And then I'm gonna start Blue Lily Blue, I think, later today if I finish Crooked Kingdom. I think I called it Six of Crows. I need sleep, I need my throat to stop hurting. I need like someone to cook for me. That's it. Bye. Don't put them all in the same spot, though. You gotta spread them out. It is the final day of the Fall into Fantasy Readathon. I have finished 3 books? Yes, 3 books. Saw Kill Girls by Claire Legrand, Crooked Kingdom, why I have such a hard time saying that, Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, and Sweep the Book of Shadows, book 1 by Kate Tiernan, I believe it is. I started Blue Lily, Lily Blue last night by Maggie Stiefvater. There's no way that I will finish that, nor will I finish An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, but I'm like 57% through that. There's no way I'm going to finish either of those today. So I got 3 books done this week. I'm okay with that. I didn't think I would like crush this readathon. I also had like a slump of reading. I don't think I was in the right mind for what I was trying to accomplish. There's just a lot on the plate, and I think my mind wasn't in it, and that is okay. It has helped me actually reformulate some of my goals for next year. I've had a lot of time to think about that and what reading means to me, and trying to get back to the basics and not try and like force myself to finish books just to finish books. We'll talk about that later. I ended up buying God of War yesterday because it was on sale for like 20 bucks, and I've wanted to play it for a while, so probably gonna spend some time relaxing and playing that and watching football today instead of forcing myself to read, because I want a break and I deserve a break. And I'll check in later and like we'll go over the challenges and stuff, see what I completed and what I didn't. Mostly it was like a sort of half successful readathon, and then I'm gonna take a break from readathons till I don't know when. All right. Vlog update. It is now Tuesday. Our power went out Sunday night at 11, and it won't be on until Friday, is their estimate. So that's almost a whole week of no power. We have moved into my in-laws. We went and got the computer so I can finish NaNoWriMo. I brought some books. Brought this dude. My kids are out playing in the snow because that's the storm that took out 400,000 people's power, and we're the 40,000 people that still don't have any. November's been the month of giving. Bad giving. Power came on way earlier than we expected. Whew. Thank the Lord. Like, if we had been living with my in-laws for 4 days with the kids, by the end of it, everyone would be insane. Like, not joking. That would have been rough. So I'm home, did some dishes. I wrote a bit at my in-laws because there was a point where all 3 of the kids were asleep and I was the only adult in the house. And so I wrote a little bit, and I'm gonna finish that tonight and hit my 50K and get it uploaded, just in case anything else tries to screw me over in terms of that. So I'm about to take a bath and recenter myself. And I'm gonna read the latest Giant Days because it came in at the library and I got that today. And I'm going to drink some coconut lime kombucha. We'll go over what I did read and what it covered tomorrow, and then we'll wrap everything up and I'll get it edited and uploaded, and it'll be the first vlog in a long time because life. All right, cool. See you later. Hello. Just finishing breakfast. It's 10:30. On Thursday. This vlog is going to be 2 weeks long. But we're gonna wrap up Fall into Fantasy. First, I want to say a quick shout out to Chelsea over at Chelsea Darling Reads. Sent me a little package, a little care package. Sent me a copy of Catherine Arden's Small Spaces, because I love Catherine Arden and now I can add this to my collection. And secondarily, she sent me her copy of Strange Grace by Tessa Gratton. And what this all started as was that I loved her Hating Game bookmark. She's like, I bought several. I'm gonna send you one. And then I got a care package. Thank you, Chelsea. You know I adore you. I love your face. 2 new books for my shelf. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Secondarily, before my baby eats all of the boxes from the Christmas gifts that I've been having come in, I checked the Fall into Fantasy readathon challenges. I completed, I think, all but 1, and that was a new series. I'm reading them off my computer right now. I didn't start a new series. What I did complete was I listened to the audiobook of Sweep Series Book 1. It didn't really count for anything, but that's a book. I also read Saga Volume 9. Didn't technically, like, I don't need to count it for anything, but it could be like diverse, it could be LGBTQ. On my TBR for a while, BookTube recommended, like a ton of them. I also read Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. I loved it, 4-star. Didn't know what it was about. I didn't even realize it was fantasy until I looked it up on Goodreads when I was like 50 pages in, because fantasy hadn't really hit yet, but it works. So I'm gonna consider this a new fantasy, also multiple point of views, LGBTQ fantasy, diverse fantasy. There is a black girl that's asexual. There is a main character that is a lesbian. I believe the other girl is bi. There a lot of I hear my kid getting into stuff. And BookTube recommended, because I've heard this all over BookTube lately. I keep hitting it. Sorry, it's so... I read Crooked Kingdom. Oh, I should say I gave Sawkill Girls 4 stars. It was a little too long for me. I think it could have been cut by at least 50, if not 100 pages. There's also... Come here, Fanny Boo. Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This covers a lot of them. Multiple point of view, sequel, BookTube recommended, diverse, LGBTQ, been on my TBR too long. It literally is like 6 of the 8 challenges Crooked Kingdom covers. What do you got there? Hello. I was severely disappointed. I haven't been in the reading mood. I think I was pushing myself too hard this month between NaNoWriMo and the surgery and just my mental capacity. I feel like a lot of people... What are you doing? A lot of people I know have been struggling with mental health lately, and I don't know if it's the beginning of the winter or, I don't know, the moon, whatever you believe. I've been struggling too. You're not alone if you have been, and it's affecting my reading. I gave this 3 stars. Six of Crows was my favorite book of the month that I read it. I gave it a whopping 5 stars. I was in love with all 6 characters. I loved the story. I think this was like a tag on more than it was a story. I don't know. I just didn't feel it, and I don't know if that was just where I was in my mind at the time of reading. I wish I'd loved it more. I expected to love it more. What can you do? And lastly, just for the hell of it, it's actually not lastly, but I read Death Note Volume 1 of the Black Edition, so it's technically Volumes 1 and 2. Bless you. New favorite manga. We've been watching the actual anime that goes with it too, and then I bought all of the Black Editions so that I can read them soon, because this is a new love for me. We literally just named our snake Shinigami after Ryuk, the Shinigami. That's it. So like, oh, and technically I've been reading An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir on my phone, an ebook on my Kindle app. I'm 70% through, so I didn't finish it during the readathon, which was my hope and intentions for the diverse and multiple point of views, but again, I've got it all covered, so I didn't get that done. I had about 50% done by the end of the readathon, so yeah, whatever, we'll count. Let's see. And obviously on this I can't show you the Sweep series, book 1, nor can I show you An Ember in the Ashes, but this is what I read for the Fall into Fantasy readathon. That is my wrap up, guys. I did okay, only because one of my books covered 6. I didn't finish the one, a new series. What can you do? That's not too bad, honestly. I'm gonna wrap this up so I can get it edited and uploaded. Thank you for being here, guys. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. Thanks for being patient this month. I haven't done any vlogging. What can you do? Subscribe if you're new here. Thank you for all the new subscribers that came over to me from Nicole. Appreciate the shout out. Hello, hello. Welcome. I'll see you guys in the next one. And we're almost at the end of the month. And we're almost at the end of the year. That's crazy.